We're back. Welcome. Welcome to the Seekers Chronicles Paranormal Historians, where the history meets the paranormal. And we're back with a great show tonight. And this is going to be a very historical show. So we're going to have a very historic location that you guys are all going to love. And I know I love it because I've been following this story since I was a kid. So this is going to be cool. Very cool. So you're going to have the hauntings and you're going to have the history. That's going to be a good show. So, Jenny,
Hi,
how was
Anthony.
your weekend?
It was good. It was good. How was yours?
It was good. I just spent time. My cousin's 50th birthday. He just turned 50. So they had a
Nice.
big thing at Lenny's Clam Bar, it's an Italian place in Howell Beach. And of
Lenny's
course,
Clam Bar.
they actually, somebody made a mistake and put the cannolis in front of me. And
And
it disappeared. And what was left over in the other tables, I actually took and rolled it up and took it with me. Hey,
all right,
So
it's episode 70. So if you don't know by now, you know it now. When you say cannoli, you got to drink.
drinking game. Drinking my water.
Anyway,
So
yeah, I had a good weekend. I have to admit, I have a little Olympics thing going on. Like, I really love the Olympic games and I get a little crazy. So curling has been it for me.
that's what's going down the ice with that
God,
big
so
puck.
good. So good. Yeah, the Americans won the silver today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
The mixed doubles. Yeah, so good. I admit it. I'm
of
totally
course you
sucked
like
in.
the ice sports.
Love it.
So
Love it. Ski jumping, the downhill skiing. My husband and I were like watching the men go down 90 miles per hour. We were just like,
I tried skiing once, and I went, and here I show up. I'm with my friends and everything. I don't know about skiing. I never went skiing. I show up with a leather jacket and
oh my
cowboy
God.
boots, and you know. So
I
I
got the
get on
mental
this slope.
picture.
Yeah, I don't know. I got gloves with the fingers cut off. The motorcycle gloves.
Oh, no.
So I'm on the slope like this, and they put me on the bunny slope. They want to show you how to do it. So I go
Oh my
down.
God.
They start pushing me down. They go ahead, go down. I start going down the bunny slope. I'm like, how do you stop? How do you stop? They go put the gates together. So I'm like trying that, and I'm still going. All of a sudden, at the bottom of down this hill, there's a patch of mud. Guess what? That stopped me. I went
Yeah.
face first in the mud. I had mud all over my face. I had to wipe it out of my eyes, my nose, and everything. I had these little kids, like 4 or 5 years old,
Of
laughing at me.
course. Laughing.
Everybody laughing at me. I said,
Oh my God.
got my skis, turned them in, and I went back to the bar. I stayed in the bar all night. I washed
Oh
up. I took the mud off
boy.
what I could. I had mud on my leather jacket. It was a disaster. I went boom and just surrounded me. So that's my skiing.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Mary Beth splat.
that's
That's the
pretty
word.
much my thing. And like I had to wipe the mud out of my eyes, my nose, and I was like, man, yeah, it wasn't a good experience for me. So I
Oh
do
my
not ski.
God. I'm an avid skier. I love skiing. And that's how I met my husband, skiing.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That's cool.
And guess what? He was like you with a leather jacket going straight down.
Straight down. Hey, they're like, oh, you go fast if you keep your skis. Oh, I like speed,
Oh my
motorcycles and
God.
everything. And I'll go speed.
Yeah.
And no, not skis, because
They're
there's
all
no
worried
break.
about you in the chat, and I'm laughing.
It's like, yeah, I didn't get hurt. The only thing got hurt was like my ego.
I'm laughing. I'm like,
I got
that's
these little
hilarious.
kid. I got this little blonde-headed girl on the side laughing hysterically with her dad and everybody else, and a bunch of kids laughing at me. And they'll go down the
Oh
bunny
yeah.
slope all night. This is the
Oh
bunny
yeah.
slope, not even a slope.
I love it. My husband would just like crash and lose all his equipment, like a yard sale everywhere. And these
Yeah.
little kids would be down and pick up his poles and be like, "Here, mister." And he'd be like,
And that's what the bar, big plate of I felt good after that because I had a big plate of buffalo. What do you call it? The chicken wings, the buffalo wings,
I
and
don't know.
a stout of beer, and I was pouncing them, and we were staying
You
there,
know,
so it
I
didn't
just
matter.
go outside and eat the grass that I can find through the snow.
Yeah,
So
I had my buffalo
yeah.
wings. I was happy. I like my wings. The spicier, the better.
Well, no
So
Olympics for you, my friend.
no Olympics. The only Olympics I ever
Olympics.
had go maybe beer drinking back then, and cannoli eating contest.
Stop. Okay, we're all
So
gonna
I had
be
to get
drunk.
that in there.
Okay.
So we have a great guest tonight,
Oh my gosh, do we
and this is
ever?
going to be a very cool show. Um, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, this is something I was interested since as a kid, you know. And so you want the
Yeah,
honors?
I do. Of course I do.
I know you.
So first of all, just quickly, for those of you who are notice someone's missing tonight, it's Kim, and unfortunately,
Hmm.
it's for not a happy reason. She isn't feeling well tonight. So she'll be back. She'll
Yeah,
be
she'll be
back
back.
next week. Good as new. But
She'll be
yeah, we're
back.
gonna miss her tonight.
She'll gallop back
So
in next week. Get it? Gallop
yeah,
back in.
I get it. I get it. I get it. She's getting a break from us. No.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I think that's why she gets sick. She gets tired of hearing us
no,
talk.
stop, stop,
I
stop,
mean,
stop,
like we put her between
stop.
us two, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, my ears." Because she could deal with the dad,
So
but she
I
can't deal with
know.
us.
I know.
So you got the honors of bringing
Anyway,
new guests in.
let's bring our guest in. So I was so excited because it's our 70th episode, 70 people,
70,
70th.
yeah, 70. We didn't think we would
70th.
make it.
So I've been wanting this person to come on for a long time. So I'm really excited. This is somebody who I really respect and care about in the field and who means a lot to me. So without further ado, let's bring in my friend, Nick Santino.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
Hi.
what's up?
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
me.
Of
welcome.
course. You know, I've
Welcome
been
to the
waiting
show.
for this
Oh,
moment.
like forever. And
I
like so many
know.
setback.
Yeah,
I
Finally,
know.
like
well,
let's do it. Let's
there
do
was a
it.
couple times where we couldn't organize and stuff like that because
Yeah.
it happens.
Well, it does. It does. So how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Wonderful.
Survived the
Tuesday
storm.
night, your favorite
Tuesday
night.
night. Tuesday
Yeah.
night.
We're
Talking
happy
about.
to have you.
Thank you.
So we got one the typical question we usually ask is how you got involved
I wish
with
I
the
can get my
paranormal.
screen to be the way your guys's is, but it's not working.
Oh yeah, if you like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
that'd be
fine. Like I
good.
said,
I
we
don't
can
know.
see you.
Yeah, I've tried it, and it's just I don't know if you can do it on your end, but there's no way
No, I can't do it on my end.
on my
It's
end. It's
okay.
not working.
If I do it on, if
Hi,
I
everybody.
fix yours, we go upside down. So, but yeah, no, don't worry. We can see you. We can hear you.
Don't worry about it. I see you fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You know how many times I did shows on my cell phone inside my car? At least you're in
Oh
the
yeah.
basement. I used to sit in my car and do it because my house, a bunch of kids in it. And I used to sit in my car and do podcasts.
What is
So,
this?
I've
it's
done
good.
so many from my
Oh,
car. I agree.
yeah,
And
you're
he's
awesome.
gone.
He's trying
He's
to turn
gone.
around. You can probably
I'm
hear us.
back.
Yeah.
What is happening?
And you're bigger. I love it.
Something
Okay.
I can't see myself, but I can hear myself, so that's fine.
Yep. And
Okay.
everybody's saying they can see and hear you well. So that's good.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
you're fine. You're fine.
And I'm back. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, and
back.
you're back.
Cool.
So, one question we always ask: how did you get into the paranormal?
It's the big question.
And did you hear me? Did you hear me? I guess not.
Nick?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Nick?
You're cutting in and out.
Okay.
Or you can't hear me?
I can't hear Anthony. I don't know if he's muted, but
Okay.
yeah.
So the question was, if you can hear me, we always start every show with the same question. Everybody always asks, how did you end up in this crazy world of the paranormal? Where did it start for you?
Oh Lord, where did it start?
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, 2003. I was coming home from my father's
Okay.
childhood home in Roxborough, Manayunk, Philadelphia area. And we got to an intersection right as you enter Norristown, which is where I'm from. And I looked to my left, and there was a 17th century woman. And she was in a white gown. She had red shoes, a pink wrapper belt buckle on, long red nails, long blonde hair. Her face was all skeleton, but I knew she was pretty at one time, and she was tapping on the window. And I said, Mommy, there's
Wow.
a yellow-haired lady tapping on the window. Let her in, let her in. And she didn't see it. Only I saw it. And ever since that, the paranormal world, clairvoyant world, mediumship has followed me all throughout my life.
Hmm. That area you're in, Norristown, is, I mean, with all those old houses and everything, I mean, you got history there. You know, you go to the town. I know because we spoke about it. Summer Mansion's right there, and when you drive to that town, you got all these old buildings and from the back to 1700 and stuff like that. So I can imagine the history that actually went on there because you're not too far from Philadelphia, also. You know, so I can imagine. Can you hear me?
I don't know that he can hear you.
I can't hear
Nick,
anything.
you
Oh,
can't hear
wow.
Anthony. Okay.
Um,
Uh,
you can hear
He
me,
was saying,
Jenny?
I can hear you.
Can the
Um,
audience? Can the audience hear me?
just somebody let us know if you can hear Anthony.
yeah.
So yeah, that would freak me out. I agree. That would freak me out too. Um,
Yeah.
you don't have to say how old you are, but you were young at the time.
Yeah. I'm 25. I was 3 at the time.
Yeah. I was going to say you were really young
Yes.
when you saw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, we talk about Anthony all the time about, he was very young when, starting at 3 years old, pretty much seeing things and hearing things. So yeah, Norristown in Pennsylvania. I don't know if we said that. We didn't. We said
Right.
Norristown, like because we all know where it is.
Right. It's
But we have
Pennsylvania.
people watching in Texas and in Minnesota and things in
Yeah, it's not,
Kansas. So
like you said, it's not too far
Right. So
from
it's
Philly.
about 30 minutes to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right outside.
right.
And
What
because
are we
when
gonna
we went
do?
to Summer
I
Mansion, we
cannot. You want me to like close out of here, come back in? Because I cannot hear.
Maybe, yeah. Just because you're
Right.
gonna need to hear
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna
this
close
guy.
out. Come back.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on, back. Yeah, we got to make sure he can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's odd.
All right, he's back.
No, he's back, but he has no.
You're back.
He has two screens on.
Uh-oh. What is this?
Technical difficulties. If Kim was here, we'd be saying the moon was in the second
Oh yeah,
planet and
it
Jupiter,
would be like
like aligned with Mars. Get that? You don't get those lyrics, huh?
yeah. No, it's true. I see dead people vibes. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Hmm. I mean,
I
that
was
area, like I
just
said, has all these old.
Hello.
hello.
Oh,
Can
okay,
you
there you go.
Okay, I can hear
can
you
you
both.
hear Anthony?
You can hear me
Yes,
now.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Woo,
All right.
okay.
Maybe it's not a
Okay.
good thing. Maybe you'd rather not hear me.
Who knows?
It's hard not to hear you.
Right.
I'm Italian. Hey, people say
Hey.
you're loud.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
I'm not loud.
No,
That's
we're
the
just
way we
Italian.
talk.
We're passionate about it.
So
Yeah.
we were talking
You know?
about someone said I see dead people vibes. That's so true. Like seeing somebody on
Yeah.
the side of the road like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. It's been with me all my life. I'll be in stores and I'll scared the shit out of myself. And it's just like, okay, here you are. I don't know who you are, but you're not from this century. You're not from here. What are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Or, you witnessed it with me at the Ritz last month. Yeah, right? Yeah. That whole encounter, and I said, I got to go to the basement. And then we connected with Lilith. Of all names,
Yeah.
Lilith.
Lilith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that
Yeah.
name.
It's a blessing and a curse at the end of the day.
I've been saying that all along. I've been seeing stuff that was 3 years old also.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't learn to shut stuff down until I got older, much older.
Right.
And sometimes it gets overwhelming when you come in and people, like, all that stuff comes at you. And I went down to where the towers went down.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the hole while it was still smoking down there with the fence and everything.
Jesus.
And everything overwhelms you. You can get sick and everything like that. So many different things. So you got to start learning. I don't know if you know how to shut yourself down, but
I do.
you just have to control yourself with that because it can be overwhelming. I mean, everywhere you go, you can see something.
Right.
And you try to ignore it, and they have the sense that they know you can see it.
They know you can see them, and they want to push you to that limit. And
that's right.
Don't
react to them.
Right.
If you don't want to see. I mean, I've been to places where I know. Matter of fact, there was the show Paranormal Night Shift.
Mm-hmm.
I was on that show, and I talked about stuff that happened in this one place, and the one spirit I used to see every night walk past where I used to eat lunch because I was at nighttime. I worked 4 to midnight, and I would go have like a late lunch or a dinner or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one area I used to sit in. I used to see a spirit of a nurse walking by the door all the time.
Yep.
So one time I looked up because it just, I thought it was somebody else, and it noticed me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She noticed me. And ever since then, that's when I started seeing her constantly, because it's like that homeless person and I always use that homeless person that's on the streets that everybody steps over. If you're the person that gives them a dollar or something to eat or something, every time you go by, he won't say nothing to nobody, but he'll say hello to you.
Right.
Because you noticed them.
Perfect.
Acknowledgement.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
So at first that must have been overwhelming. We actually have our first question here. Someone asked if a parent helped you. Did you have a parent or an aunt or uncle or somebody who had this ability?
Ironically, my mom's side has a lot of gifts. Her mother, my grandmother, her parents passed away very young, my grandmother's parents. And about 6 months after my grandmother's father died, she got off the bus in South Philly and she saw her father. And she said, "Oh, no, he's drunk. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to see him." And she said, "What am I doing? He's been dead for 6 months." So that happens. And then my mom's born in 1968. And when she's, early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, she's hanging out with her friends, and her friend had a poltergeist in the house, and it would smash makeup, and it would smash mirrors and unscrew light bulbs. And her friend's dog would bark at the top of the stairs, and they would see shadows. And it's just followed her throughout her life. And as you know, Jenny, I have a heart defect. And the night that I was born, right as soon as my mom's water broke, she heard a male voice say to her, "Prepare yourself, it's time." And I was born under a full moon. So you already know, with the full moon and the paranormal world, it's very connected. And my dad, he had imaginary friends growing up. I had an imaginary friend growing up, and that whole connection with the imaginary friends and kids being young, having imaginary friends, in my opinion, it's spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So they know about it. They've lived it with me all my life. So yes, they have helped, and they've gone on investigations with me. They've been to many places with me, and it's fun. It's really
I
cool.
love it.
That is awesome because not many. I grew up with Eric. Nobody talked about it. You couldn't do
Right.
nothing.
You
And
got
so,
you get committed to an asylum if you're
yeah. Oh yeah.
things.
And if you religious, if you come from a religious area, you're searching for demons, and people leave you alone, and you're crazy, and
Right.
oh yeah. So
I believe it.
so I understand all that, and at least you had somebody to talk to about it,
Right.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
and that was probably very helpful, and they understood. And,
Yeah.
and you come from a different era too, that you could start talking about a little more about it when you got to
Right.
like you're a little older and stuff, from your teens and stuff like that,
Yeah.
And so that's very helpful when you have people that's there and people you could talk to about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very
For
good.
sure.
So
And you've had mentors, I'm sure,
Oh yeah.
in the
Bianca.
field, like Anthony was the first, in his field, kind of
Right.
thing. Like,
I didn't even know who the Warrens were. No idea who the
no,
Warrens were until
yeah,
the movie started up.
I'm the same way. Like I knew the name, I knew what they did, but I didn't really know the full story, all in depth of it. And
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah.
It's been if it's, and I always
Yeah.
tell people, if the paranormal world doesn't exist, then how come people have been doing it for centuries?
Mhm.
How come seances have existed, and spirit rods or dowsing rods, Ouija boards, whatever you want to communicate with, people do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's and a lot of times, like with new people coming in, sometimes they bring their own problems with the investigations and
Right.
not knowing and not asking.
Mm-hmm.
They come in, I got a couple of good pitches, and they're like, "Oh, son, hey, I'm like a pro." No,
You're already a pro.
got lucky.
Then you look at the
Right.
picture, and then 99% of it, it's a
I
dust.
said, I told
Yeah,
Jenny, I'm changed. I changed. I don't consider myself a paranormal investigator anymore. I'm a
Yeah.
supernatural spectator.
See, I
I
don't
love it.
say investigator, I say paranormal researcher, and then
Mm.
I add the word investigator to the end of that word.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what
that.
are we doing? What are we all doing here? We're researching, we're
hmm
searching for things. I mean,
Well, the way I look at it with
Oh, I
spectators,
like that.
supernatural
Searcher.
spectator,
mhm.
The
I
spectator,
think I'm
because
going to use that.
they only give you, we think that we're researching and we're investigating, that we're getting things, that we're catching things. We're not catching nothing. They're giving it to you.
Right.
They let you know what they want to give you. So we're spectators. They don't give you like EVPs. They want you to know. They'll talk to you. They'll tell you. And that's the whole thing. We sit back and say, wow, look at this, what I caught. No, you didn't catch it. They gave it to you. It's a gift.
Right. It's been presented to you.
Been presented.
just-
That's why it's spectator. That's why we're spectators. And
Right.
we're in their world, but they're not in our world.
Exactly
We're
right.
going into their world, by anything that's haunted, any location. So I'm thinking about a different way of looking at it.
Mhm.
We're all paranormal investigators. Matter of fact, the word paranormal, when I was a kid, was not used. It was supernaturally used.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Supernatural.
we're supernatural spectators. So what they want to give you is a gift. That's
Right.
how I look at it now. We don't
Yeah.
catch nothing. We're not hunting them. We're not catching nothing. So
Yeah.
Well,
Hunting
I
is
agree with
probably the
you.
worst, isn't it?
Hey, I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like the term ghost hunter. I'm like, what are we hunting? Like,
Yeah, I know.
what are we wearing? We're going hunting now? Like,
I know, right?
I don't.
You're going to dress like a ghost to blend in. Like, I'm
What's
a
a ghost
lover,
look
not a
like?
hunter.
And
That's what I say.
I cannot stand when someone says, "Oh, it's a ghost." Okay, so when I think of the word ghost, I think of that typical Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
then they'll say, it's so much. It must be so much fun. Yeah, it is fun, but you also have to, counter in having a team, having a social life outside of a team, traveling,
Mm,
hospitality, hotels, the booking,
yeah,
what
going
happens if
broke.
somebody, backs out, and now you're left with some amount of money that you can't get back. So
Yep.
that's right.
it's
Mhm.
nuts. It's nuts. I mean, 50 locations in, with experience of it already, like probably 1,000 since I've started doing all this 20 years ago. Like,
Wow.
it's just, I've been in it so long. And my first investigation was Fort Mifflin in 2006. And I've just been hooked. I mean, I used to watch TAPS, the old school ghost hunters, every Wednesday night religiously for, I don't even know.
On Sci-Fi Channel.
Sci-Fi, exactly. But I started with Most Haunted, 2003. That's what I started.
Most Haunted, yes, that was my favorite.
What was her name? Yvette or something? She was
Yvette,
British.
yep.
I remember her. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Yvette.
I used to love
and
watching.
They always had, which I love the format: historian, a sensitive or a clairvoyant, right?
Right.
And a psychologist and an investigator, right? Like it was always like the 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
I love that format.
Yeah, it's fun.
Plus, she always got scared, which was like
every
the fun
single
part.
time. She was scare herself, I would think.
She always got scared.
Yeah, she always did. She was like, I'm not going in there. But I mean, with the shows and everything, that opened it up for guys like you to actually be able to talk about it now. And guys like me that was closed for years about it. And it actually opened up that I could talk about. Like I keep on saying, some people in my audience and getting here, it's like, that's how come we're on a show now talking about the paranormal.
Right.
And there's how many podcasts are out there about spirits, about and other things, UFOs and cryptics and everything else. So,
I mean, countless. It's it's wild. It's a wild ride. It's a fun journey to be on.
Yeah, so, Yvette Fielding. Thank you, Adam.
So let's get back into now the history.
Yeah, back to you.
We brought you on because, of course, you're an investigator, and you got great information about a certain location that I'm excited about, and I think once the audience hears, if they don't already know.
I mean, can you believe in 70 episodes we have not spoken once about this location? Like, how have we not? And Kim is actually from Massachusetts.
I saw that.
Yeah, she's from Massachusetts, so
well,
she was devastated.
She's quite upset.
Yeah,
she wanted to be on here.
Yeah.
So, who wants to announce the location?
Go, Nick. Tell us how this began with you.
Oh Lord, so
I know.
God, 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago. Maybe even 22, 21, somewhere around that range. Ghost Hunters did an episode at the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast Museum in Fall River, Massachusetts. And as soon as I saw that house, I said, Mom, I've been there before.
Wow.
And I didn't know her name. I didn't know her face. I just knew I have been to this location before. Never once was I there in 2004. Come 2008, family decides to take a trip to the house, and first thing out of that tour guide's mouth is he shows a picture of Lizzie Borden's birth mother and says, do you know that Sarah Borden was murdered upstairs? And I said, at 8 years old, actually, her stepmother was murdered. Sarah passed away of uterine congestion in 1863.
Yeah, she's not the birth mother.
And he left the room, and the owner, Leanne Wilbur, which turned out to be a very good friend of mine for many years until she passed in 2021, came out and said, I'm Leanne, welcome to my home. I'll continue this tour now.
Wow.
So, yeah, for anyone who hasn't caught on yet, we're talking about the infamous woman herself, Lizzie Borden, and the case that followed her name.
Wow. And you have and one of the things I love is so many people are fascinated with the story, but you are passionate about her.
Yes, very much so.
There is something about her. When I first heard the story many years ago, and and because I think it was on television or something like that, like a movie or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, does
I was
anyone not
intrigued
know
back
it?
then. How about this saying? And I'm gonna say because I want to say this. So I say I really want to say
Don't say
Lizzie
it.
Borden. Lizzie Borden had an axe. Gave her mother 40 whacks after what she realized what she'd done. Gave her father 41.
Right.
Even though they didn't get that many whacks, but I
Right.
mean, then they
Right.
sing it on the show and everything, and it's like for years every time something with Lizzie Borden comes on, I got to watch it. So I'm going to show some pictures of unless you want to do it, Jen.
No,
Jen,
go. You go.
You go.
okay, this is the actual house. Is that
This is
you
an
up there?
interesting photo.
Is
There
that
he
your people
is.
in the front?
Yeah, that's me
Oh,
at the
yeah.
front door. So that is taken in August of 2022. My teammates Jackie and Renee, we went up there together. And first word out of Renee's mouth was, "This house is cool, but I don't know if it's haunted." And she mouths to me, "Oh my God, we are in the house." And we go upstairs, and I know everything about this house. I'm like, okay, I don't really need this tour, but you've never seen this house, so let's go ahead. And she says, "Oh my God, hold on, who was the fat woman who just walked through the rooms?"
This is right here.
And I said,
I'm trying to cut you off,
"Go
but
ahead."
that top up there, that looks like somebody
Yes.
sitting in the window.
That's
Yeah,
so
so
funny
that
because
is
I was just going to
exactly-
say this.
That's exactly right. You're looking at what I assume and I think is Emma Borden, Lizzie's oldest, colder sister,
It
if you
looks like she has
will.
long black hair.
So she had like a short bob almost. It was like in this picture, she was around 12 or 13, and she was sent away to a seminary. It's Wheaton Seminary, I believe it's in Wheaton, Massachusetts now. It's
I got
a
drugs.
different name, but she was sent away just to like a boarding school, if you will. And there's a very prominent photograph of Emma around 12 to 13 years old. And before we left this house, we were the only guests in the home. I said, "Look, if anybody wants to take a picture with us, please do so." And it wasn't until October of that year that I started looking at these photographs, and I said, "Okay, hold on, who is this?" That's actually taken in the guest bedroom where Mrs. Borden was murdered.
That's the room.
That is the room where Mrs. Borden was murdered, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. I mean, to me,
Right.
I don't know if everyone can see it on the
Yeah.
screen.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody, they could zoom it in or something for later on, but
I don't know.
that's
She's
crazy.
standing in the top left window, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So the two bottom windows, they are the parlor windows. The parlor is very significant in this case. It's where Lizzie was told she's a suspect and basically said, "You know what? You're on house arrest, essentially, until we can find a trial date for you, until we can get you arrested and placed into Taunton jail." She was told she's a suspect in the parlor. But above the parlor is the girls' bedrooms, Andrew and Abby's bedroom, and the guest room. And yeah, there is definitely someone in that window, and
That's crazy.
nobody else is in that house that morning.
That's an amazing picture.
Thank you.
It is. That is.
I would have that framed in my
Yeah.
house. Like,
It's beautiful. It's one of my favorites, and it's just a prime example of the paranormal world exists. And
yeah, I mean, we see a lot of pictures in windows, but this
Mhm.
one is the real deal. Wow.
Yeah.
it's not altered in any way, shape, or form. It's
No, I love it.
I gotta do
one
this better.
photograph.
I see things, I do my art on it.
Mhm.
So I started drawing something here. What I see.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'll put more detail on it. That's just a rough sketch.
Where
Yeah.
did you see that?
Yeah.
That's in the window.
Okay. I wish I
see
had
the
a
window.
picture of her. I do not have a picture of her, but
Don't give me a picture. I want to
Yeah.
draw it from
Yeah.
what I seen from that big window, and
her
then
arms are crossed. Is that what
yeah,
that says?
they're like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
Yep.
exactly
It's
right.
like
She's
something like
standing
this.
that.
Yeah. They're not holding
Yeah.
each other. It's more like a cross.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. She's crossing her arms without the tattoos on it like this.
That's
Right, without the
so
tattoos,
cool.
exactly.
Not the tattoos. So that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Very
I
cool.
love that. I love to look at that.
I'm
You
glad
see,
you
you can see
noticed
I'm an
it.
investigator. That's the first thing my eye went
I
right there.
know.
Bang.
I'm glad you saw it because I didn't tell him. Like I haven't
Right.
spoken to Anthony, which is
Yeah.
rare.
And
I
this
haven't spoken
picture
to
doesn't
Anthony all
have it.
day.
Everybody
That
sees.
picture does not have it. That's
No,
yeah.
nothing.
And if you notice the other picture, that curtain's pulled back.
Yes.
That's just wild.
Which is
And this one,
very
it just loops down.
it's
See
rare
how it
for
is?
that curtain to be pulled back, honestly. Not a lot of people really
Okay.
they're kind of
Yeah, she
afraid.
does look like she's sitting.
When you go in that house, people are honestly scared to, touch the curtains or, peer things back. And I'm like, if you touch that curtain in that room, there's a 99% chance that whoever is in that guest room is going to shut that curtain back on you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's very odd, things that happen in there. I took that picture in
That's what's at the
2017.
back?
That's the side door. That's
Okay.
actually where Lizzie stood, and she basically sounded the alarm to her next door neighbor, Adelaide Churchill. She was coming home from a day of shopping and, just coming out, and she's in her kitchen window, and being the nosy neighbor that she was, she's looking over and she calls over to Lizzie, and she says, "Lizzie, what's the matter?" And she says, "Oh, Mrs. Churchill, do come over. Somebody's killed father."
Wow.
And
they didn't find the mother till later on, isn't it?
Yeah. So on the morning of August 4th, 1892, Andrew Jackson Borden and his second wife, Abby Durfee Gray Borden, are found brutally murdered in their home at 92 2nd Street in Fall River. Sometime around 9:30 to 10 o'clock, Abby is struck from behind. So they say. No, she hears somebody come up the front stairs, and she's making up the guest bedroom. The guest bedroom is important here because August 3rd in the morning, Andrew's brother-in-law, Uncle John Vinicum Morse, Lizzie's birth mother's brother, comes and visits from Hastings, Iowa, unannounced. He says he has some deals he wants to go over with Andrew. Okay, all right. Yeah. Sketchy guy. He's like a cross between Abe Lincoln and Will Ferrell. He's also
got it.
Also has his hand in butchering. So let's put it that way. Okay.
Ah.
So he spends the night in the guest bedroom.
He
goes out town. He does whatever he has to do that day. I won't get into all the nitty gritty, but Mrs. Borden hears somebody come up the front stairs, and the first blow to the head is to the left side of her face, and it essentially peels back her skin, exposing her ear, which causes her to fall. And that is when they delivered the rest of the 17 to 18 blows to the back of the head, skull, nape. And she was coagulated and found dead in the pool of her own blood.
Is this the room?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, which room is
that's the guest bedroom, so that's now called the John Morse room.
Okay.
She was found dead on the side of that bed.
On the side of the bed, yeah, right by the bureau. And there is a crime scene photo. I actually have it with me. I'll show it here.
Okay.
So you can actually see the pool of the coagulation. She's
of the blood,
lying face down.
Hold a little closer to the camera because we're getting a shade. Okay, we can see a little better. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can actually see the camera in the mirror.
Yeah.
Lying face down in a pool of her own blood. There's no defense wounds. There's no attack marks besides the back of her head. So obviously, what's that tell you? She knows her killer. Right. People can stay in that room. Yeah. So the house is a bed and breakfast. It's been a bed and breakfast since August 4th, 1996. Originally opened by Martha McGinn and Ron Evans. And then in 2003, Leanne Wilbur and her partner, Donald Woods, purchased it. And now it's owned by U.S. Ghost Adventures and Saw.
Oh, U.S. Ghost Adventures own it now?
Yes. Yeah, the same people that own, the Laurie Mansion and, what is it, Velisca?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know they owned that. Okay.
Murder House. Yeah.
Yeah, so she was struck 17 to 19 blows, back of the head. And yeah, she was dead by the second or third hit. And then sometime around
Sure.
10:30, 11 a.m., Andrew Borden returns home, and he stumbles trying to get inside. So he tries to come into the side door. The side door is locked, so they say. The front door, he cannot get in. He can't get in his own house. And he finally gets in, and at the top of the stairs is his 32-year-old daughter, Lizzie. And she's laughing. And she is just laughing. Now, they have a housekeeper, Bridget Sullivan. She's around 26, 27. Actually, she has no idea how old she is. She's from County Cork, Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
She's worked in South Bethlehem, Pennsylvania before coming to the board, and she was employed 4 years and around 9 months at the time of his death. And
Okay.
she says "oh pasha," which is essentially "oh shit," in Gaelic, Irish, whatever.
In Gaelic.
Yeah. And people assume Lizzie's laughing at that. Is she laughing at that? I don't know. Probably. But everyone also says, "Oh, well, she's looking at the guest. She's looking into the guest bedroom." Is she though? Because if you really think about it, those dresses are heavy. They're long. Why would you, look to your right and go down a staircase that's spiral? If I was in that predicament, would have to hoist up a skirt and try to walk down and not fall.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So she comes down after Andrew's let in, and she follows Andrew to the dining room. Andrew has mail in his hand, and she says, "Any mail?" He says, "None for you. Where is Abby?" Lizzie says, "Abby went out. She had a sick note. Somebody in town was sick, I think."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He goes up the back stairs. He takes his key off the mantle in the sitting room. His key to his bedroom was placed in plain sight on the mantle for his girls to see. June of 1891, there was a robbery in the home, and somebody broke in and stole horse car tickets, watch and chain, jewelry, money from Mrs. Borden's dressing closet, which is now a small bedroom inside Andrew's room. Andrew calls the police. He calls off the investigation because he thinks, okay, I got the suspect. It's my daughter. She hates my wife. Both my daughters hate my wife. They don't even call her mother. They call her Mrs. Borden. They call her Abby. They call her all sorts of things. So he calls off the investigation. And from that point, all the doors in that house were locked. Lock on every door. But after Andrew goes upstairs, Lizzie meets Bridget in the kitchen. And she says, "Look, there's a cheap sale of dressings at Sergeant's Goods this afternoon. Pennies by the yard." And Bridget, "Okay, once I'm finished done, maybe I'll go shopping later on this week, but I don't feel too well." So, Bridget, okay. Somewhere around 10:55, 11 a.m., Bridget goes upstairs, and she says she hears the City Hall clock strike 11, and Andrew Borden is found murdered. 10 to 11 blows to the face. He's unrecognizable to anybody who knew him. He's lying on the sitting room sofa. Blood is seeping from his wounds. He's dripping blood, literally. And in his crime scene photograph, there is a Prince Albert jacket, which I believe to be his, because he's not wearing that in his photo. It's tucked underneath his head. Now, did doctors do that?
That's the sofa?
That is the sofa. That's not the original sofa. The original sofa was lost, I believe, in 1893 or 1894. But yeah, he was found right there on that couch. And
The hatchet's on the couch. I love it.
Hatchet is on the couch. That's right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And Lizzie proclaimed that she was outside in the barn eating pears, looking for lead sinkers for a fishing trip. She had a fishing trip in Marion, Massachusetts, the following Monday. And she says, I finished my pears. It took me about 20 minutes to do so, and I was looking out of the window. And she's very, rigid in her way of what she was doing. It took you 20 minutes to eat pears. She says, "Yes, I don't do things quickly."
Okay.
And she says she hears a moan or a scraping noise, and she comes back and she finds the screen door open. And she says she comes in, She cleans up herself. She walks into the kitchen, goes into the dining room, places her hat on the dining room table, opens the sitting room door, and finds her father hacked up.
Oh my God.
And that's when she calls for Bridget, which she called Maggie. She says, Maggie, Maggie, come quick. Father's dead. Somebody came in and killed him. Which is also important to the story because the night of August 3rd, from 7 o'clock to 9, Lizzie leaves her house and she goes to visit her turncoat friend, as I like to call her, because we'll get to that in a minute, Alice Russell. And she states 4 things. Her father has an enemy. She fears somebody is going to burn the house down while they sleep. She feels like she has to sleep with one eye open. And she doesn't know what, but somebody will do something.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I got chills from that.
Yeah.
So it could be sound like she's setting up a plot for what happened the night before by giving the story to somebody.
Yeah. Basically, it's exactly what happens. And August 3rd, Abby is extremely sick. It's a Wednesday morning. She's extremely sick. She goes over to the doctor, Dr. Bowen. He's the Irish doctor. Oh, no, Andrew does not have that. He does not have that mess. You're not coming over here. Absolutely not. That's not happening. We're not sick. We're fine. Lizzie's mortified with the way Andrew speaks to, their doctor. She likes his doctor.
Yeah.
And they say the milk was poison. The bread was poison. They did the autopsies. There's no poison found in either one of their stomachs. But oddly enough, they were all sick. Everybody in that house, except for Emma. Emma was not home. Emma left July 25th, and she went to Fairhaven, visiting friends in Fairhaven. And she comes back the day of the murder, around 5 o'clock, after she gets a telegram that her father and Abby have been murdered from Dr. Bowen. So why'd she go away from July 25th through August 5th?
Well,
Why? What's the reason,
Right.
I mean, it's insane. I mean, the levels of it's like an onion, essentially, this case.
Yeah.
I mean, because there was the uncle, he's supposed to be a shady kind of dealer and stuff like that also. And
who just happened to be that coming.
He just
exactly.
happens to come, he comes
so
over.
It's like a lot of different things coming in, maybe it was conspiracy between the girls and the uncle.
In my personal opinion, in 1887, there was a deed basically saying that Abby's family gets everything Andrew owns. Because Abby's, I think it's her half-sister. I'm not really quite sure. I'm not that keen on this, but she's about to be evicted, and oh, Andrew, please buy that. Do something for them. Do something. Lizzie and Emma hear of this, and Emma goes off on her and says, what he does for your people, he ought to do for his own daughters.
Wow.
And she loses it. Lizzie loses it. That's when the animosity between Lizzie, Emma, and Mrs. Borden, in my opinion, truly started.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
You're going to cater to her, someone who isn't even a Borden, she just has our name. She's not our mother. She's our stepmother. We don't associate with her, and even Emma, stop calling her mother. And primarily, she's not my mother. You don't call her mother. You call her Mrs. Borden. You call her Abby. You can call her whatever you want, but don't call her mother.
See, there's questions about the caretaker, the woman that the maid. What was her name again?
Bridget Sullivan.
Bridget. So there's this questionable about all this people getting hacked up, and she didn't hear nothing. She's in the house all day.
Right. Now,
how can that be? And the level I know, she was like on the 3rd floor, away from everybody.
Yes, so she's on the 3rd floor. Now, the way this house is set up, it's originally, a 2-family home.
Okay.
So it's built for a Charles Trafton by a Southard Miller. Andrew has an apprenticeship in building the house. The girls live at 12 Ferry Street, which is Andrew's grandfather's home originally. And they move in, the whole family moves in 1872. So where Bridget's room was is in the back of the house, in the attic. Okay. Andrew's room is on the second floor, but in the back of the house. The guest room is in the front of the house on the second floor. The girls' room is on the second floor in the front of the house. You physically cannot hear anything. If you're in the third floor, in the back of the house, you cannot hear anything that happens in that front of the home.
Oh, really? Okay.
If you're also in the basement of that house, you cannot hear anything that happens. You just it's odd. It's I've tested it. I've done this whole experiment where you drop 50-pound weight on the floor, or you drop heavy things. Abby wasn't skinny. She's about 250 pounds. And she's short, and she has gout, and they make her to be this very mean woman, when in actuality she was probably just misunderstood, just like her stepdaughter. She wanted to love Lizzie and Emma. She couldn't have children, so she tries to be this mother. She tries to be this loving wife, and it's just one kick after the other. I'm already down. You're going to kick me harder.
Right.
So you really can't hear a lot of things in that home. And
that's interesting. There's
also another theory that somebody staked out or they hid.
Why? Yeah, I heard that theory too.
Why would you hide if you're going to murder somebody? Why are we waiting from 9:30 to 11 a.m. to kill two people?
Yeah, I heard it was maybe the uncle that was hiding in the basement.
Right, and it kind of makes sense, if Uncle John murders Abby, right? Let's say he murders her. First off, he's tall. Did he put something over top of him? There's no bloody footprints. Did he murder him naked? Who knows, right? So where's that blood trail go? Because there's no bloody footprints. There's nothing. Obviously, forensic really doesn't exist back then. So that's your first thing.
Yeah, but we know now. I mean, and we'll talk about that later. Yeah, let's talk about that later, because I wanted to ask you about what modern forensics look back at this. But go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. People say that, if John were to kill him, he could have easily met Lizzie down in the basement. Lizzie could have gone outside, vice versa, switch the roles. No, John has his airtight alibi. He's visiting he's visiting cousins. He's out in town. He's not even home, nowhere near that house. So who killed these people?
It wasn't like getting jump in the car and come back. Then there was no cars.
Exactly.
A horse and carriage, and I think somebody would notice a horse and carriage pulling up.
Right.
Yeah, you're not Ubering back. Yeah,
you're not Ubering back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard a theory too that they thought Lizzie, she was naked and she did this crime, and then they said later on she was burying a dress down the basement, and they think that the bloody dress. But in that era, when clothes got old, they burned it. They threw it in the furnace. So
you are correct on some points. Lizzie did burn a dress, and she basically burns evidence that the police wanted. And her friend Alice Russell says, there's policemen outside. What are you doing? And she pulls this dress from underneath essentially like a kitchen sink, if you will. It's really not a sink because, Mr. Borden, no modern conveniences in his house. He didn't have no electricity. He's going to have kerosene lamps. You're going to sit in the dark till daylight. Yeah, he's old school. So she pulls out this dress, and Emma says, "What are you going to do?" And she says, "I'm just going to burn this whole thing up. It's covered with paint."
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember that. The red paint.
If the daughters were mad at her, why would they kill their father too? Honestly,
I know the reason for that.
Yeah. So before I answer that, so Lizzie burns her dress, and Alice says that's probably the worst thing you could have done. She says, "Why didn't you tell me? Why did you let me do it? Why did you stop me?" Why'd she burn her dress? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
People
know.
speculate,
Sometimes
you know,
innocent people do things without thinking because
without
they're
thinking.
innocent,
Exactly. You know,
right?
Mhm.
Because you're not
here's a
thinking,
dress.
oh, I better not do this because I'll
Right.
look guilty. You just don't care.
You just
You
don't
know?
care. But also, it's
Yeah.
common practice for the Bordens, especially. Also, Lizzie, they say she could have been on her cycle. She could have had her period that week. And, you know,
Exactly.
tampons and pads really don't, they exist, but they're not what they are today. And,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
maybe there was paint on it. You never know.
maybe it was menstrual blood.
No,
Maybe it
true.
was real blood.
But didn't
And
they find a hatchet, a head of a hatchet
they did.
down,
So
down
they
the
found
basement?
a
There was no
broken
blood
hatchet
on
head.
it. Hatchet head, yeah.
Yeah, it was a broken hatchet head. It was a fresh break. And fresh break, and it was covered in like soot or ash.
Huh.
And there was something on it. And they said, oh, yeah, this is definitely the murder weapon. This is it. This is it. This is it. They test it. And it's horsehair. It's bovine. It's related to, you know, cows,
Gotcha.
bovine. It's not human. Nothing's human about this.
Okay.
So that's already dismissed. Boom. All right. I don't know. The supposed weapon is a hatchet. In my opinion, no. I don't think so.
No.
So what you think? Some kind of cleaver?
I think a hot iron for
Oh,
Mrs. Borden. I think there was two weapons. I do think Mr. Borden was killed with a hatchet.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think Mrs. Borden is killed with a hot iron.
Hot iron?
Yeah, like one of the old school, you know.
Yeah, because back then, in electric, you have to heat it up.
Heat it up on the stove, heat up on coal, whatever.
Yeah, coal, stove, hot water, whatever they needed to that.
Yeah, and I mean, Lizzie does say, when she's questioned many times, that she thinks that she was downstairs in the kitchen ironing her handkerchiefs when somebody killed her stepmother. So she goes upstairs. She never mentioned that she left that hot iron downstairs. She says, I went upstairs to baste a piece of tape on a garment. Well, why are you going to, if you went upstairs, okay, you forgot to mention that you left your hot iron on your stove? Or did you take that hot iron up with you, meet somebody upstairs, do what you had to do, and come back down and act like nothing ever happened?
Mm-hmm.
right.
There's
So
also
logic. It's all logic. It's a logic puzzle.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Mrs. Borden's photograph, she has a handkerchief next to her. There's a small white handkerchief lying next to her body. If she's doing what she said she was doing, which is dusting, cleaning up the guest bedroom, she's not going to use a handkerchief, you know, a horsehair duster. That's what she's going to most likely have been using.
Right.
So,
but you would have a handkerchief if you were ironing.
Right. You would have it. Exactly. You would be ironing your handkerchief.
Definitely.
Because was she burnt? Somebody's asking, Mary Beth's asking in the thing that, was Miss Borden burnt in any way?
Burned? They
because
did
it's a hot iron?
No. So that's the thing. They did shave the back of her head, which, again, I have another picture. It's very gruesome, y'all. This is fun.
Oh, gosh.
There you go.
Trigger warning.
This is the back of Mrs. Borden's head. She's tilted on her side. Where's that Andrew? That actually might be Andrew. It's extremely gruesome, regardless, but they did shave the back of her head to actually boil. They boiled the flesh off of the skulls.
Well, yeah.
And the reason that they boiled the flesh off of the skulls is to really examine the marks and to examine, you know, the hits in these skulls. And flash forward to court, Lizzie is presented with those skulls in court. And they put a hatchet right in between, saying, okay, it fits. It fits. She passes out.
Oh,
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
She wasn't even told. The girls were not told that the heads were to be removed.
Mm-hmm.
No idea. No idea. And, you know, the whole funeral procession happens. Whatever. They do their thing. They get taken out and they get put in a holding tomb. And that's when the whole thing goes down with the boiling the skulls and everything. But no, Mrs. Borden was not burned at all. She had no defense wounds on her. Mm-hmm. She had no bruises on her. There was the only thing that was dead was herself.
Wow. I mean, if I think I could tell the difference between a hatchet and a iron.
Right.
I mean, hatchet slices,
Yeah.
slight boom, and iron is a flat,
It's
and
a
Yeah, but
flat
you
and
you
it's
can
also
still
curved.
damage, but it's not going to cut. It will cut, if you hit it with the tip,
yeah.
whatever. But
Right.
it's going to be more of a blunt type of
It's
strike than a slice.
and that's exactly what Mrs. Borden's was. She was more of a blunt hit with a sharp instrument.
Hmm.
Mr. Borden was completely unrecognizable. I mean, his eyeball was nose split in half. His eyeball
Right.
resting on his cheek. I mean, it was just.
It was like a puddle of flesh.
It was basically a puddle of rotten flesh at that point. I mean, can you imagine the
Yeah.
smell in that house?
So
Mhm.
you're talking about two different types of, yeah. I mean, if I'm premeditating a murder, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to be like, I know, I'll go grab the iron downstairs. I don't know. Like,
Right.
maybe I would, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I mean, personally, my personal thing is John kills Andrew. He killed Andrew. The reason Andrew looks the way he does is due to John. John practiced butchering.
Right.
What does John know how to do? Execute an animal. He knows how to execute quickly and mangle something that's gonna die. Whoever killed Mrs. Borden, that's out of pure rage. She's dead she's dead after that second hit. And she hits the floor and she hits the floor.
But that's some force.
And that's some rage. That's
Right.
right.
That's some
I mean, so
serious force.
you think maybe Lizzie killed her mother, and then the uncle killed his brother?
As much as
His
it
brother-in-law?
pains me to say, yes, I do believe Lizzie did murder Abby Borden. And the only reason I believe she got away with it is because she was high the entire time. She was on Ramo caffeine, and then she went on to morphine. And every single thing that she says is all over. Everything's all over the place. I was upstairs when my father came home. No, I was downstairs. I was in the barn. I was in the kitchen. Where were you? I don't know. She says at one point, I don't know. I've answered so many questions. I'm so confused. I don't even know what your name is.
Wow.
And
Yeah, but that's believable. I mean, even if you didn't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again,
you gave us some evidence, some videos. I don't want to run out of time and not
we have an
play
hour.
the videos. Yeah. So
he's very worried. He knows this is a big subject. I can tell he's worried.
Because I want to talk more about that. Okay. Here's one. You got two here. There's not any labels.
The one with his face is the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then
not one with a face here. I
had to split it because StreamYard only does 2 minutes.
Okay.
So
I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Because I got to let you look at it. Jenny, just look at it.
Yep. Yeah. Let me do it.
You do that.
Let me do it.
You do it. Hey,
you do it.
You do it.
You make.
We had another question though while I'm looking.
Ask the question, then we can look.
Yeah. What's the question?
In the audience, I thought we had a question. Hold on, I'm looking.
Lizzie had many animals she took care of throughout the rest of her life. She doesn't seem to me to have the personality to be able to do that. That's just my opinion.
She had animals? I don't see where it is, Anthony.
Yeah, so here it is right here. She did have animals. She had Boston Terrier. She had a yellow canary, a little yellow bird. In my opinion, my humble personal opinion, anybody can murder anybody. You get mad enough.
True.
You get all that pent up rage. You get all that anger, those years of hatred towards somebody or vice versa. You're just gonna snap.
Right.
And I do believe one day she just had enough, and maybe something took over her.
I mean, you never know. She might have split personality.
Very well.
You know what I mean? She's on opium, or she's on these medications that alter your brain.
Right.
I mean, you could get rage because that stuff,
Mhm.
could make you get rage 1 minute, and then next minute you don't remember what you just did or why you did
That's
it.
Exactly.
true.
Or why you did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did
So,
have animals. Her and her sister did found. Oh, you know what I'm trying to say. Oh, hello. They founded the Fall River Animal Rescue League, which is still here today in Fall River, and it's still going, all due to her and her sister.
Really?
Yeah,
really, I
Fall
mean,
River Animal Rescue League.
Oh, I know. The question was, did anyone else die in that house?
Anybody else down the house? Oh Jesus, I do know
Had
there
enough.
was an old years ago. I maybe like 2008, 2007, 2009.
mhm.
A tour guide passed away, I believe.
Oh,
I do know a friend of mine, Robin. Robin she was under Leanne Wilbur, and she had 2 strokes in that house.
oh,
She's still alive. Um, Leanne did die, but she did not die in the Borden house.
Mhm.
Um, honestly, I don't really know that answer. This is all just
I heard that the family, like 5 or 6, maybe 8 years before that, some family members.
years ago,
Yeah, way before
1848.
that.
All right, so let's talk about that real quick.
yeah.
1848. There's a man named Lodwick. Lodwick is Andrew's great uncle. He
Okay.
marries Eliza Darling Borden. Eliza Darling marries into the Borden family. They have 3
Okay.
children. One day, what's her name? Let me see here. Yeah, so she has Eliza Ann Borden, Holder Borden, and Maria Borden. 3 children.
Mhm.
One day, 1848, May, I believe, she goes on this postpartum depression, basically this whole spree, and she murders her 3 children in the well, in the cistern, in the house next door.
Okay.
Which
Now
ultimately,
that's interesting.
which ultimately, when the Bordens lived there, 1872 to 92, Dr. Kelly lived next door to them. The other doctor,
Okay.
you know?
Another Irish doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was a Chinese doctor behind them. So,
That's
you know,
a lot of
they were all
doctors.
surrounded.
Okay.
A lot of
Yeah,
doctors
because
on
of the
2nd
wealthy
Street.
area
Wow.
at the time.
I mean, that's very sad. I didn't mean that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's extremely sad.
It is very
But
sad. The oldest, we don't know what happened to her. I don't know if she was actually even there that day. But Eliza and Holder did pass. They were
wow.
murdered in the cistern in the basement of that house. Eliza then took her husband's straight razor and slit her own throat and bled out in the basement of that home as well. And
Wow.
now today, the Kelly house is Miss Lizzie's Coffee, which is this really cool, eccentric, artistic, coffee shop. It's
Yep.
actually really cool in there. But the spirits of Eliza and Holder do pop over to the Borden house, and they are known to run around on the 3rd floor. I've seen them. They're very scared little babies. They're 3 years old, very young, and they don't know they're dead. But a lot of guests do bring, toys and dolls,
Yeah.
and they, just leave them for them. And
Mhm.
the Hosea Knowlton room, which is a very big DA at the time, his district attorney, basically wanted to see Lizzie killed. He wanted her, I want her,
Executed.
I want her hanged. There's no way no one else could have done this. So, they hang
So
out
it
up
was
there.
for justice reasons, or was it for he wanted to be the one to get the person?
I think he
Because
wanted
it
to be
was
the
so
one
scandalous.
to get. He was so dead set on she did this. There's no other way.
Yeah.
No one else could have done this but her. Look at all her.
Right.
Look at everything that she has against these people. But yeah, so there was another murder next door.
Yeah, what a good question, because that's interesting.
Because, like I said, I was so interested in it. the history and everything of this one place. I never been there, but I was
Mhm.
always interested in the history of it. I watched a
Right.
lot of the shows about it, and and that's I learned a lot. Matter of fact, I I met about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe five. There's a guy Vinny I met, and he owns the the shop where
Mhm.
the Bordens. He's what is it? He makes shirts and stuff like that.
What's his last name?
I forget.
Start with a P.
Vin.
I feel like I know the guy. I
He
know the name.
because his shop was owned by the original building was owned by the Bordens.
Leary. It was probably the Leary Press.
Yes, it was a
Yeah.
print shop.
Yeah. So that's the Leary Press. Yeah.
The
So that
print
was
shop.
their. Oh
And he
God, I
told
don't
me
even
his
know what
place
that
was
name
haunted
is.
also.
Oh yeah. I mean,
really?
yeah. That
It was owned
whole
by the Bordens. Yeah.
the Leary Press. Yeah. I don't know why they ever put that on the house, but it was on the house in the 30s, I believe, or 40s. I could be getting all this wrong, but I do know it was demolished in, I think, 2005, maybe. They excavated
wow.
the barn. They found where the actual barn was. The barn today actually stood a little bit farther back. That's where Lizzie said she was. The police searched the barn. There's nothing up in there. Who's going to hang out on a hot loft on a warm summer day, especially
Yeah.
a woman wearing all those layers? Come on. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't buy that. But that's
No,
what
I
she
don't
said.
either.
That's what she says. Maybe she's so high that she doesn't know that she was actually outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
That's strong stuff she was on too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
And
mind altering. I knew people that
he
from the
doubled it.
70s would own that stuff. And
Yeah.
For,
a lot
for
of times
Dr.
they don't know where they are.
Dr. Bowen admits a doubling. She's been doubled this every day
Wow.
since she's been on it. She's on it during her inquest. She's on it during the trial.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it affects everyone so differently too.
Right.
But back then, that was like the normal thing. Like people went on volumes. I remember as growing up as a kid, women would be like all stressed out. And here's a volume,
Right.
and women used to pop them like Tic Tacs, And
Really?
yeah, they used to pop that as Tic Tac. My mother was one of them, so that's why I know. They get depressed, they get upset, whatever. Here's volume. They used to give the freaking bottles out.
Like the 70s, that like
The
mother's
70s,
little helper kind of thing. Yeah.
70s,
Right.
80s. My mother didn't stay on it long, but I remember as a kid because every so often somebody used to have to borrow one. Go out, have a couple beers on the volume. Hey, that's really crazy stuff. But.
Yeah. No, it's true.
House, where is this house? Okay, wait. Let me read all these comments.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're reading?
Yeah.
I get some of the details mixed up. Yeah. I mean,
what house was on fire?
Oh,
I didn't see that one.
And the house was on fire?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure
where we left off on that point.
I'm not sure where that came from.
Where's
the coffee shop?
It's on 2nd Street. It's located literally right next door to the Borden house.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a yellow house.
I think I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah.
Is that part of any on your pictures? Anything you can see maybe?
I think in like one of the first that yellow house right there, that's now a coffee shop. Yeah. So that's the house.
That's the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And that's where the murders happened.
Of 1848, yes, of Eliza and Holder.
Oh my
something you want to hear something?
I'm
seeing something in the window there too.
I believe you.
Wait, no, for real or like you're seeing
for real.
it? You're seeing it or you're seeing it?
On the top window.
Up top window, top left, yeah.
Top left. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just matrixing or something.
It could be matrixing. It could be.
Yeah, that could be.
It could be something too, but
sorry. That was fun. What was that?
But basically, I don't know. But basically, like it makes you wonder.
It's crazy.
I mean, there are theories, right? Like about these kids getting murdered. I mean, that creates like that whole Amityville horror theory, right?
Right.
Like this, like vortex of evil. I don't know.
And I want to show you some pictures of the house.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the front entryway.
God, it's so beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it really doesn't look like that now. The walls are blue, which is fine. Change is cool.
Okay.
But that's actually looking right into the sitting room and into the kitchen. Kitchen is where she burned her dress. Sitting room is where Mr. Borden's murdered.
It's a large house.
It's a very big house. That is the Andrew
Right.
Jennings room.
Like, speaking of noise,
Right.
speaking of not hearing, that's a large house.
Mm-hmm. So that's the Andrew Jennings room, and that was used for storage when the Bordens lived there. Andrew Jennings is her lawyer, her family lawyer.
And these are rooms that you could use as a B&B if you stay overnight.
Yes, you can. Yes. Yep.
Lizzie-Borden.com. Nice. It's a big room.
It is. It's a very big room. It's very spacious. This is like the lesser paranormal room. Not a lot of activity happens in that room. Don't know why. It's always kind of been that way. It's kind of been a safe haven. But it is one room I will not step foot in. I don't know why. I don't like that room at all. It doesn't scare me. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that room next to on the side of the house next door? Where the kids were murdered, or the coffee shop?
God. Hold on. I'm trying to visualize it.
No, it's okay. You have to.
Yeah, I always ask questions like that because I try to.
I don't know.
Assume,
I can't remember.
Not assume, but try to get a story why.
Maybe it has nothing to do with it. Maybe it's just uncomfortable. It could have been like
it could be on nothing to do with anything, but
1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is that the?
So this is Andrew and Abby's bedroom.
Okay.
Yep.
God, look at that bed.
It's actually they were very uncomfortable. God forgive me, Leanne. I love you. I miss you. But those beds were uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The beds now
are
very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Really?
I stayed at Philly Pierce years ago. They had the original beds there. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were just old mattresses.
Their mattresses were made out of straw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also in that house, I mean, it's 1892. Andrew had furniture from 1840s. I mean, he was, he's an undertaker at the time, and basically that means he's a coffin maker. He does wicker furniture. He does have his own business, Borden and Almy, with his partner William Almy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, the top-notch guys. You want your funerals done, you're gonna come to me for your furniture. You want your wicker, you want your beds, your chairs, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They are top-notch.
Yeah, coffins were made out of wicker a lot of times back then too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's these comments? That is Bridget Sullivan's room, and that is where I had my first paranormal experience in the house.
Ah.
If you ever go there, that's the room I want to be in. I like that room.
Yeah,
I do too.
Bridget's room is very comforting. That actually overlooks the back lot and the barn. That window right there, and on the wall are pictures of Bridget Sullivan in our later years. I think about 14 years ago, her relatives actually visited the house and gifted them to Leanne.
Oh wow!
And, Bridget in her older years looks like Mrs. Doubtfire. But my first ever paranormal experience in that house.
Drive-by fruiting.
2015, my dad and I stayed over, and we stayed in that room. My 15th birthday, and I wish I had it on video. I don't know what happened to the video. It got wiped from my phone. Typical paranormal experience that happens.
Yeah. Many times.
For sure.
Audio.
I had my phone set up, and it was around 3:00 in the morning, and I sit up, and it's snowing. It's in March, and I say, "You got to get up. There's something in the room with us." And from the corner of the room came this ball of light, which started very small. It grew to a softball size. It came at us. It went around the bed. And then it grew to a 5'2", 5'3", just straight up light. Pure white light. I remember I got out of bed. I walked through a door, it's a latch door. I don't remember opening that door. I would know if I opened a door. Something guided me outside of that room. I went down the back stairs to Mr. Borden's door, and Andrew Borden was standing there, and he said, "Welcome back, lad. We've been wanting you." One side of his face was bloody. one side of his face was handsome.
Wow.
And I didn't say anything. Turned back around, went to bed. Woke up the next morning and I said, "Do you know what happened?" "No, I don't remember." My dad's like, I don't know what happened to you." I said, play the video. Video's gone. But an EVP that we captured, which is gone, of course, I mocked Bridget and I said, "Oh, it's me, Bridget Sullivan." And on the EVP is an Irish woman. "Excuse me, sir."
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And I said, "Oh, okay." And then about a year later, I went back, and for my 16th birthday, see a trend here?
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you remember me?" And clear as day, yeah. I had "Happy Birthday" in my ear.
Wow.
We were all in the sitting room, and a good friend of mine, Sue Vickery, who was a tour guide at the house, she's still hanging out in Fall River. I love her. And we had the spirit box going, and there was a strong New England accent, and it said, "Emma, the boy's back."
Whoa.
And everybody heard it. And then "Happy Birthday, dearie." And so
That's awesome evidence.
yeah, I've woken up to Mrs. Borden in front of me in the guest bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard footsteps running above me. I watched a girl's hair get physically pulled after she asked about rape and incest and sexual abuse.
And you've seen shadow figures, I know.
I've seen shadows. Yeah. I mean, Renee, who's on my paranormal team, Experienced Paranormal, when we went in 2022, she saw Mrs. Borden walk from Andrew's room out of the door. And she stopped the tour and she said, "Hold on. Who was the older, larger woman?" No one's there. She said, "Yeah, she just turned around and walked away." And I said, "Did she look like this?" She said, "Oh my God."
Wow.
That same
day.
Because
you always think, is it someone dressed up? Like,
right.
In a place like that, right? If there's a chance someone could be an actor. Yeah, right?
There's more pictures here I want to share too. Before we run out.
We got a few videos and pictures.
Yeah, so that is Mrs. Borden's dressing room. That also is a room that freaks me out. I feel watched in that room all the time. I really don't ever stay in Andrew's room at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not that his room scares me. He doesn't scare me as a person. Everybody thinks Andrew Borden is this evil, misogynistic man. No, he's a very staunch conservative businessman of the time. And, why would I waste money on something when I have a house down here? You want to live up there? You wait till, you're not going to live with me if you want to live up there on the hill. It's not happening. Yeah. You want modern conveniences? Why? Yeah. You have kerosene. You have candles. You don't need all that. You got radiators that work in this house.
He's used to all that, so he doesn't care about.
He's born in 1822. I mean,
sounds like a regular dad at that time.
Yeah.
He didn't have to say, "Shut off the lights."
Yeah.
You don't pay the electricity.
Literally. Yeah.
You don't pay the candle bills. Blow that candle out.
I mean, this place is stunning.
It's a beautiful home, and that is Lizzie's bedroom.
That's Lizzie's bedroom?
That's Lizzie's room. And that bookshelf used to be like a dressing closet, and she had a chamber pot in there. It's on the wall next to her bed.
Is that her actual chamber pot, or just
I think it's just period piece. But some of her actual books are in there in that case. One of them is With Edge Tools.
With Edge Tools?
With Edge Tools. Yeah. I think it's a how-to garden book. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And that goes with Edge Tools. What has an edge on it?
Right. Mm-hmm. A hatchet. Yeah, exactly. And then another one is, I think it's called When Ghost Meets Ghost, but Lizzie would actually label and, initial all her books. So there are some books of hers in there. It's a beautiful room. That room is beautiful. But that's also the room when she was asked, police said, "Why did you go change your dress?" She said,
Yeah.
"Oh, no, I don't know. Don't investigate my room. You're gonna make me feel uncomfortable. Don't investigate my room. Nothing's in here. You don't gotta investigate in here. You know."
What?
But yeah, the day of the murder, she changed out of a dress into a pink wrapper, and okay.
Sus.
No one told me
Yeah.
to change.
Well,
Jeez.
they back then also, maybe she changed because back at that era too, they always want to look good
You always want to look good for exactly.
That's
I mean,
true.
it's very
guests,
Or
for new
nerves,
guests.
you know, like who
I wore
knows?
this outfit all day, and they had a little bit of money, so she
Right.
probably had a dress
Which
for
yeah,
every day of the month, probably.
Yeah,
Back
but
then, that was
you'd be
more than
like,
a lot of people had, because everybody back then maybe had one pair of pants. You know,
no,
yeah,
that's true. But like Nick was just saying, why would you make a big deal of it if it wasn't a big deal?
right.
yeah.
Right?
But she was on
Like you
drugs.
just say, "Oh, I changed my clothes because I wanted to change,"
She was,
you know,
Right.
I
kind of
mean, I
thing.
don't think she wasn't in her right mind.
Right.
Well,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
Yeah,
True.
that's the guest bedroom.
Right.
So Mrs.
I
Borden.
like the pot
I
on the
love.
side to warm the bed.
Oh yeah, the
I
warmer pot.
know,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
I
that's
love
pretty
that
good.
vanity. Wow.
it's a beautiful room. That's a very comforting room to me. People get scared of it, obvious reasons. I mean,
Is that a sketch in some kind of sculpture within the center of the head of the bed? Because that
uh,
looks like I mean, Met tracing to me, it looks like somebody standing there with the arms and stuff.
on the head of the bed,
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
I've seen that many times there. I don't even know,
yeah.
honestly.
it might have been
But
something that was there at one time.
yeah,
I see what
I
you
do
mean.
know though. On the wall, they're not original, but they are match holders. To light your candles on the wall, and
Okay.
there's a coat of arms that used to hang where the picture is on that wall. That's actually another picture of Mrs. Borden's murder, another angle of it. But the coat of arms for Borden is a lion with an axe. So how
Huh.
interesting is that? Yeah,
Look at that. I'm just looking at that bed frame and everything.
That's
That's great.
crazy.
it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
here it is.
Um,
That's probably all hand carved.
Most likely, yes.
Okay.
it's gorgeous.
That is Maplecroft. That was taken by me, and Maplecroft was Lizzie's second home. Lizzie and Emma lived at Maplecroft, which is at 306 French Street. She purchased
Hmm.
it with, the help of the murder, essentially.
Oh, so this is the place she moved out. Then when they
This is the
sold that
place
house.
that she moved to, yes. And
Okay.
they moved to 306 French Street, where she always wanted to be, which was the hill, known as the
Hmm.
historic Highlands today.
Yeah, that was supposed to be more money up there and
Hmm.
clout and stuff.
This room was actually the parlor, and where Lizzie would entertain. She would entertain, theater guests and bohemians, if you will, artists of the time. And Emma had enough of it. Emma didn't like that. She's very Victorian, set in her ways. You don't hang out with people who you aren't associated with. You don't
Hmm.
go You don't go to Boston to go see theater and then bring back the theater group to our home. You don't do that. You don't have. No, I'm not doing that. So Emma leaves her in 1905. They never spoke again until their
Hmm.
deaths.
That's
They,
where she ended up dying, living in that
Lizzie,
place.
yeah, Lizbeth. She changed her name to Lizbeth, and she said it sounded more sophisticated. She was
Yeah.
known as Auntie Borden to all the kids in the city of Fall River. She was one of the first women to drive in Fall River. Very, very respected woman, but ostracized throughout the rest of her life, and
Hmm.
very reclusive, very sheltered. Found comfort in theater and art and music and animals. Found comfort in Nance O'Neill, who is a famed silent movie and vaudeville actress and vaudeville star.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
that's good.
but yeah, Lizzie,
Wow.
yeah, she passed away, and June 1st, 1927.
Did she die
Uh,
at that house, or she died in the hospital? She
no,
died in the house.
she died at Maplecroft, and her it's very sad, very very sad. But her wake was done in the parlor, and the woman who sang at her funeral, she was instructed to sing one of her favorite hymns at her funeral. She said, "I sung to an empty room. The only person that I saw was the man who let me in.
My goodness. Oh.
Yeah.
So
And
she
it's
got away with murder, and she didn't go to jail for
oh
it.
oh
But her whole life, people just shunned her. So she was kind of in her own little jail.
well, she actually did go to jail. She didn't go to jail in Fall River though. The only
Right.
way to get arrested in Fall River was, not that. You had to be
Wow.
drunk. It had to be, different stances, and they had no cells for women in Fall River. So she was actually taken to Taunton, and
Okay.
she sat in trial. She sat in jail for 10 months awaiting trial. I believe
Okay.
13 days. Her trial was 13 days. Verdict in under 10 minutes. They waited out of respect for Andrew for an hour. Not guilty. And I get emotional talking about it, but it's just like she's not guilty.
Right.
She falls essentially out of the whole seat, and she hits her. She falls, puts her fan in her face. Cries are heard. She's sobbing, and she says to her sister Emma, "Take me home. I want to go to the old place." And
Wow.
they go home, and then her trial was June of 1893. Shortest trial. This is technically in American history at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
probably still one of the
probably
shortest.
still one of the shortest. I mean, if not OJ, her and OJ Simpson most likely are pretty close. I mean, the OJ Simpson is the Lizzie Borden of the 90s.
Yeah, wow.
If the glove don't fit, quit.
Must have quit. Literally. I mean,
must have quit. Yeah. I mean,
she's acquitted.
Yeah.
She quit for these crimes, and it followed her through the rest of her life.
Right.
And
I mean, she'd already been through
so much. A lot. She's been through a lot. I mean, she's very misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
She does things her way. She's
Mm-hmm.
always just been that, I'm going to one-up you kind of woman. Very sweet. Very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And Jenny, we've talked about this. I have a past life with that woman.
Yeah.
And I've been told by many people, 3 mediums who I respect and who I know, yeah, you are connected to her. And it was 2022 when I took the team up there, and neither one of them, they believed me, but they really didn't understand it. And I put the spirit box on, and I said, Lizbeth, how long have we known each other? And it was very choppy, over 100 years.
Wow.
And
you ever do a DNA test or anything? Or do your genealogy?
No, I have not actually.
Because if you do your DNA test, sometimes you can come up with some relatives, especially somebody famous like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might come up with a relative that's related to her somewhere down the line.
Yeah,
you might be family, or you might just be a lover. Who knows?
Yeah.
But she doesn't. I don't think she had anybody.
She had this one guy, David Anthony. Now, David Anthony was basically obsessed with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like stalkerish a little bit.
Okay.
The whole story goes, he tried to go after her. He tried to court her, whatever, however you want to call it, in the 20s, late 1900s. She turned him down many times. No. And he died in front of Maplecroft in a motorcycle accident in 1924.
Oh, wow.
I don't think in front of Maplecroft. I think near it, but still, It's kind of interesting. David Anthony. That's what is heard. Again, I'm not so sure on that, so please don't quote me. But that is what I've heard. I mean, she was a recluse the rest of her life.
Yeah.
She was people say she's klepto. I mean, 1896, she resurfaced in the newspapers with stealing in 1896. I believe in Rhode Island.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a picture of her in her early 40s, and her eyesight must have gone bad because there are, she's wearing some spectacles, and you don't really wear glasses when you're 40.
No.
But, I mean, again, it is the early 1900s, and who knows? But
yeah,
she's an interesting case. I'll tell you that.
I mean, Yeah, but it's interesting how you have this, and I don't think that's unusual, and I don't think that's something people who watch the show can't understand.
Right.
That you have this draw to somebody or something, right? And
Mhm.
Kimm, I wish Kimm were here because Kimm often says that you do get called, that you do get drawn in by certain places, and people, both,
Right.
right? Kimm always says places find you, you know?
And I 100% agree with that, especially with this place. I mean,
Yep.
there are so many different things. I mean, you've witnessed it with me at the Ritz. I mean, she's come through how many
Yes.
times now?
It was so clear. So
Yeah,
clear.
I mean, where is your home, Fall River? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. I
And
mean, she'll just come through to him. Or somebody will come through to him talking about her.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
talking about her. And, you know, Jenny and I, we were at the Ritz Theater back in January. We were up in the dressing room, and I said, hold on, play that back. Play that back.
Yeah. And it for sure said Fall River. It was
And it's
was
choppy.
wild.
Fall River. And
It was
said,
really clear. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Wow.
All right. Because I said, where's your home? You know,
Yeah.
where I think the question was, where is your home?
Yes.
It was Fall River.
Yeah, it was wild.
And I just
I mean, I'm not surprised because I know Nick,
Right.
I trust you, I believe you. Because I'm like, yep, that's about right.
But even Jackie,
so-
now Jackie really never, she doesn't really hear things that much, and I love her to death. But she's like, hold on, wait, what did that say? And I'm like, you heard exactly what it said. You know exactly what it said.
Yeah, she was doubting it. No, but people do that. I get it.
And it's very good.
It.
It's good to doubt, you know? I think it's great.
I agree.
Let's do these videos before we run.
Yeah, let's do the videos. And if we have time, I want to know what you know about like I don't know that much. So what they know now that they didn't know then, like have people gone back with like in using modern forensics?
Okay.
I would love to know that. And I'm sure you know the answer. Okay, let's watch some videos.
Yeah.
All right. If you're watching at home, you want to make it louder on StreamYard. You ready? I think this is it. Here we go.
Well, hopefully they can hear it. Oh God.
Should be able to.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
I don't hear it. This is kind of odd because
he's talking.
So this video was taken July of 21, and my former friend Annie and I were there at the house, and we were alone, the only ones in the house. And
you heard I think you heard footsteps.
There was something that walked above me.
Yep.
And I asked her in the video, did you just run or did you just, she's like, no, I'm laying in bed. I'm like, okay, cool. I heard that. Great. Got that there. That's the sitting room. This is going into the kitchen, and the house has like this distinct smell. And it's calming and it's very peaceful. That's the dining room. I think the lights will go on in a minute. Here,
the coffee, which I love, which I respect.
Yeah.
Massive respect for getting coffee
all night. Oh my God, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was exhausted.
You got to know where the coffee is.
Yeah, I think this is the video where I hear the baby crying, and there's no babies in that house. I mean, there's just no babies.
Some reason the volume is not working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, typically it mutes us. Typically we get
muted.
muted.
Not muting us right now. So there's something wrong with the audio.
Next one.
Yeah.
But it's good because you get an idea of what it looks like. You get an idea
of what it looks like, and you know that's not an original stove right there. That was found in a cornfield, I believe. But yeah, that closet door, original.
Yeah.
That's where the dress was hanging. That's the dress that she burned.
Were you by yourself in that?
I was with my friend Annie. Annie was above me in Lizzie's bedroom, but we were the only ones in that house.
Because I just seen something move on the end of it, towards the end of that video.
Can you
All
play
right,
it
so
back?
that's interesting because this is the second half, and I just sliced it in half, so it goes right into it.
Okay.
And the first thing he sees is says, "I saw a shadow."
because I seen the shadow.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I seen the shadow. Can you play that?
I know exactly what he saw. Yep.
I'm gonna
and
play it again.
Yeah, can you play it back?
Okay, everybody, we can't. We got to start from the beginning again. It's a minute and almost 2 minute video.
Hold on.
At the very end, before it cuts off, you see a shadow on the top go across.
Yep. And then in the next video, the first thing Nick says is, "I just saw a shadow."
So this is, you got both videos on this?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to finish it first, and then we'll go back if we have time.
Let's do that.
Let's
We're gonna do
let's
this one
finish
again?
it. Nope, I'm gonna play the next one. This is
Okay, let's play the next one. That's
where that
28
shadow
minutes.
just went.
Next one's
Okay,
28
and then
minutes?
we'll go back to the beginning.
All right.
Dress closet. Lizzie had her dress hanging in. To give you a little preface, there's a police officer here. Alice Russell comes down the stairs. She says, "Lizzie, I wouldn't let them see that if, I were you." There's a police officer right there. She steps over here, and she burns a dress right in here. She starts ripping and tearing it all up. Okay. Everything looks clear down here. That's locked. Okay. Dining room, sitting room, parlor. Okay, so I'll take a walk in the dining room real quick. Here's the dining room. Breakfast set for Annie and I in the morning, which is very generous of you all here. Thank you. Mr. Borden's crime scene, his autopsy photo. The autopsies would have been performed on these, which are coroner boards. Not original, but time period. Mrs. Borden. Right now I smell potatoes, and I'm smelling syrup and cinnamon. So let's see if I get anything on here. Is anybody cooking here? Is anyone cooking right now? It's about 4:30 in the morning. Is someone cooking? And heaviness upstairs.
All right.
Yeah.
You want me to play the first one again?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, might as well.
Is that what you want? So
Yeah, play the first one again. The first one doesn't have any volume for whatever reason.
if that's probably good, because we can talk during it and you can say when it's coming.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know what
and I'm just saying it's at the very end before you shut off. You see on the top right-hand side, on the very top, you see a shadow.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I wonder why it's muted.
Who knows?
Anyway. All right.
That's Mrs. Churchill.
If you want to describe what's going on again.
Yeah.
So this is the sitting room.
Right.
All the doors would have been shut there.
And that's where he got killed.
Yeah, Andrew was murdered there.
Andrew.
At this point, this is when I asked Annie, "Did you just walk above me?" And she said, "No, I'm laying in bed." Okay. Well, who walked above me? Clearly somebody did. And it came from the back of the house. So who was in the back of the house at the time? Andrew and Abby. It's the only, and Bridget. Lizzie and Emma have no excuse to go up to the back of the house. Their room is in the front of the home. This is the kitchen. It's actually very spacious. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Dining room table. And like I said in the second video, the autopsies were done in the house. I think I freaked myself out there because I turned very quickly.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, like I knew I was being watched.
I can tell you when it's just about over.
Did that door move, or is this just the angle?
Right, yeah, right there. I know what you're saying. That door is it doing this a little bit flapping.
I don't-
he just passed.
That's the basement door. That basement door is locked.
I know what you
It
saw,
looked like it was-
Anthony.
Yeah, it looked like it was open, and all of a sudden, when you turned, it would look like it was closed.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch the video again later on.
All right, here we go. Last 8 seconds.
Oh my
Right there.
god!
Right
Did you see
there
it?
I saw that. I saw that.
in the corner. Was it
Yeah, it
something?
happened so
Or was
fast.
it a
It's
shadow?
like a sleeve. It's almost
Yeah, you
like
see-
God. Jesus, it's almost like a What are they called? I think they're called Lego mutton sleeves. That puffy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Like
I
it's
don't-
like a sleeve
like
that
a
comes
ruffle
out.
sleeve almost.
It was
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah, very dark.
The shadow one. Phew.
Like first I thought you meant like a shadow you could see through. That was dark.
That was
Mhm.
dark. Yes, that's
Yeah.
That was like
that's
solid.
that's a shadow. That's a real
Right.
shadow person type of thing. That's how
Top
dark
right.
it is.
Looked
Well,
like
now
a
we
gas
gotta go.
paddle.
Now I gotta go back and look at it.
Yeah, now I gotta watch that. That's wild.
yeah.
I didn't even see. I don't. That's like 5 years ago. I didn't even notice that.
Let me just tell you something. This is the guy right here. Like anything, you want him to watch something, like he'll find it. Like I did not tell him about that
Yeah.
window.
Yeah.
I did not. I have not. I always talk to Anthony. Today, I did not speak to you, right, Anthony?
Yeah, well, yeah, we haven't spoken the last couple of days.
I did
You're
not
ignoring
speak to
me.
him, and I took care of
Ignoring me.
loading everything, so he did not even see it until
Okay.
tonight.
That's
And
very
he was like,
understandable.
"Oh, you see that face in the window?" I'm like, "See,
Yeah,
that's Anthony.
that's
I
awesome.
try to
He's
pick out things.
amazing."
Yeah, at the top of the video, that dark splotch. Yes, that's what I'm looking at the comments. They're saying looks like a fan paddle, something black or purple. Yeah, that. I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, and here's the thing. I had a hoodie on, right? But it's one of those tight hoodies that, just that thing, whatever that was fast.
Yeah,
That's not my hoodie.
Yeah.
That's not a jacket.
no.
No.
I
Why,
mean, when,
again, why
when
would I
you
put my
walk
arm
with
up
your
like
camera, it's not a camera strap. It's not.
that? No.
You can see how you
right.
or
That
dress,
would be my
how
first
you-
guess.
Even
I had
even
my
your
phone physically here.
yeah, and
Right,
like
it wasn't a
even your
camera.
ties for your hood, with
Right.
on your chest, you can see it when you're walking, and there's no way it could flip that fast in front of a camera or something. It was something went by quick.
Yes.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
That's
That was-
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
my Anthony. He sees
Yeah,
stuff.
that's awesome.
He's Mr. Camera.
I love that.
I'm the listener. He's the watcher.
My favorite thing is always cameras. That's
Oh my
what
God,
I've been doing forever.
he sees everything.
I
That
did
was
it-
pretty cool.
On one of my investigation was Tilly Pass's house from 2000 and
Hold on. Something just tapped me on my shoulder. So that's why I smacked my shoulder. That was fun.
For real? Right now?
Really?
Oh, right now?
Right now. I'm used to it. Again.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, no, you must be. I can't imagine.
That's why I just did that, because something just
Yeah.
went like, okay, all right.
Okay.
Also, this house
it's
is haunted.
telling you, see, you didn't catch it. Now you got it.
Yeah, now I got it.
Now you
Now
see
you
me.
got it.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, okay. I don't know if I'd use the word freaky, but I know what she means. You do have, an uncanny attachment.
Mhm.
Right. It's
Yeah.
it's an odd attachment. I mean,
Okay.
You and I need to talk because I have the same thing. You and I need
Yeah,
to
I
talk.
know.
I mean, I
she's been
remember-
with me my whole life. I mean, I've been told she's a spirit guide of mine. I believe it. I mean,
Mhm.
if
Yeah.
in my humble opinion, like I already stated in the beginning, I do think she murdered Abby, but I do not think she was in the right state of mind. So technically, she's innocent. She doesn't know what she's done.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Something, I really do believe something took over her. Maybe she had BPD. Maybe she had, I don't know, split personality. Maybe she was possessed. I
Right.
mean, far-fetched right there, but you never know.
She was on
Right.
drugs.
She was on drugs. I mean, but she wasn't
was
on
on
drugs
drugs.
when she was
And
murdered.
there's
Right.
nothing. I mean, drugs. And like I said, I knew a lot of people on growing up as a teenager and stuff. How people 1 minute they're such a nice person, all of a sudden they get on something and they're raging for no reason. They're raging, and then after they're done raging,
And then
they're
good.
crying, and then they feel bad, and then they come down and they go, "What just happened?
Yeah,
Don't
they have
you
no
remember
memory.
you did this?" No,
Right.
you're on those type of heavy duty narcotics.
Right.
It gets, even though back then opium and even cocaine was a legal thing.
Yeah.
They used to give cocaine as,
70s.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's like, but when these people on medications and all this stuff, and it's mind altering, and you don't know what state of mind you might be in. And I know people that are normal people, but when they become raging morons. So,
Adam
Right.
tried,
There's
just so you
possibility.
know, Adam. Thank you, Adam, who watches. He took a screenshot of the shadow
Okay.
on the screen.
Cool.
I've got it. It's really good.
Send it to me.
Like, you can really see it. I'll show you. I'll see it
Do I encounter
In the
animal
corner.
spirits? No, I don't,
corner.
Mary Beth. I do not.
in the
That was a
corner
tough-
there.
That is so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that is just.
Mary Beth, I
It's really
do.
good.
I
I'll
do
send it
get
to you.
animal spirits.
Thank
come to me.
Adam kindly took a screenshot of it.
Well, thank you, Adam. I
I
appreciate
know
it.
he's the
Good.
best.
Yeah.
So I know we only have a few minutes, and I promised I would get to what you're doing and what's coming up. But real quickly, I'm very curious, like if you've read about like what modern forensic scientists think.
So all right. So I did watch this. I think it's like 48 hours. It's like a 2021 documentary thing.
Yeah, 48 hours. Yeah.
I forget what her name is. She's some blonde scientist. I don't remember.
Oh my
but,
God, some blonde scientist, Anthony.
Yeah, that's what her name. I don't
What's
know
her
what her
name?
name
Jenny
is.
Colucci?
No, not Jenny. No, she has an actual podcast. Like she actually has her own, like, full blown podcast about this kind of stuff. I don't remember, but
Okay.
she thinks that Lizzie did it. But then there was also this another. I think it's the same episode, and they got this fake jury together.
Uh-huh.
And they looked at everything. They looked at the blood, the way that the hatchet marks are, the way that everything hits, and everybody says
The
guilty.
crime scene.
Yeah. Everybody says guilty,
Yeah.
guilty, but they can never come
Interesting.
up with a pure why. What they don't know. So to answer your question,
Like a motive.
I don't know.
A motive.
Yeah. I mean, really, I
The
really.
motive is money.
The motive is money. I mean, essentially, if Andrew Borden were to have died first, all his money that he had would have gone to Abby Borden, and the girls would
Right.
have
So
been
money
done.
and drugs.
He had to go first, and then
If
him.
Mrs. Borden dies first,
You know,
we're winning here.
Money and drugs. I
If
mean,
Mrs.
like,
Borden goes, oh yeah,
the only thing we're missing
Father.
was Lizzie wearing a corset.
I don't know.
You
Maybe.
yeah. You don't know
Probably.
back then. Dude.
I don't know. I
think
mean, probably knowing her, probably not. She most like she
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah.
all the
probably
pictures
not.
you
I
see
mean-
of her, you don't see her in a corset.
It's a little early for one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you ask? How restrictive? Yeah, no, I agree. But I mean, and also, yeah, I was just wondering what they thought about, looking at the crime scene photos and even like strength wise,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, people have said there's no way a woman could have done this, and I disagree. I mean,
no, I disagree as well.
anybody can kill. Anybody can kill.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. You can be a 4'2", 120-pound woman. If you get angry enough, you can murder somebody. You can strangle somebody.
Doesn't matter
No,
who.
I agree.
And when you got rage, you got extra strength.
When you got
And
pent up rage, when you have years of anger, when you have years of animosity, resentment.
Yeah, you got rage. So
And
look at
when you
people-
take drugs.
And when you double your drug every day.
Did I
until you
mention
find-
the drugs? Okay, let's talk about
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, let's talk
Because
about
I have enjoyed.
We got.
Knew this would
6
happen.
minutes.
I knew I would want another hour with this.
We can do a part two. Why don't we do a part two? That'd be fun.
Oh my gosh.
We got to do after hours.
We got to do after hours, and we got to do a
Harvey's
part
already
2.
giving us the kickoff.
You know
Oh my
what?
God, I love you guys.
You know,
I feel like that's a great idea. Like I know I just like recently asked you to be on the show, but I feel like
Right.
a part 2 would be really cool and have like people, have questions, like show the photos and things like that, and show, like really get into it, dissect it.
Right. So
Um,
I did just read real quick, Jenny. I did just read a comment.
Please. Please.
That says, "And death stayed on her mind because her father made coffins." I don't necessarily agree with that statement. I do know that after Andrew and Abby passed, Lizzie did try to connect with Andrew in Maplecroft on the 3rd floor. She had a seance room, and she did try to speak to Sarah, her birth mother, and she was very interested in the spiritual realm. And I really don't think that death stayed with her. I think once that happened and once the trial was done and, she can live her life, she did what she wanted. She went to see theater. She went to, went out to Boston to go see shows and travel with these vagabond groups of people. And she lived her life how she wanted to live it. She didn't really...
she didn't live her life like a Spencer.
Right.
Fascinating.
She was a spinster, though. She was.
Yeah, she was. But she's fascinating. And she'll always be fascinating for that reason. Like, she wants to connect with the dead. Right. But we think probably she killed someone. Of course. You wouldn't want to connect with somebody you killed.
Right. And
you know what I mean? Like,
this is something that a lot of people also don't know. Early 1900s, I don't know the exact year, but I do know somewhere in a private law firm in Boston, she did meet with a lawyer, and she essentially signed over something saying, this will never get out, never to the public. This is an open case. I know who did this. Something along those lines of she has signed, and it's somewhere in a secured vault, still to this day, that says, I know who murdered my parents. This, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. I'm innocent. I leave it to my counsel to speak for me. That is what she said. Her exact
but
words.
She knew who did it, but it wasn't her.
I mean, you have to know. How do you not know? That's the thing.
Yeah. But she maintained her innocence always, right?
She maintained her innocence all her life. And another sad thing that she says, once this trial is done and the truth comes out, I want to be able to walk down the streets and have my friends who have turned their backs on me to look me in the eye and look me as a person.
I can't imagine.
I know I'm innocent, and she stated in trial, my full name is Lizzie Andrew Borden, not Elizabeth. Lizzie Andrew, after my father, I was so christened. I'm innocent. I leave it to my counsel to speak for me. And that's when the whole not guilty verdict happens, and yeah.
I mean,
this
people
like
I said,
end this. We got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I know.
We have to going.
Answer your question.
What's next? What's next for you, Nick? Where can we find you?
Oh my! Probably at the Borden House. Most likely up there.
Okay. Where can we find your group? You're with the group.
Experiment. Waverly Hills Sanitarium.
Waverly Hills is next.
I think it's in Louisville.
Yes, in Kentucky. And what else?
I think that's it as of now. I really do.
That's good. That's good. You might run into each other at the Ritz Theater sometime.
Yes, we might. Yes, whenever the next event is.
He attends the Ritz a lot and supports it, and we're big fans of it here. That's good.
I love the Ritz. The Ritz is beautiful.
Well,
and it's fun, and it's great.
I agree with Tara. Like, what a good show! I knew it was going to be good. It was phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody in the audience here. And a lot of people watch afterwards. We have a live audience, but a lot of people will be watching it afterwards. And thank you for coming.
Here. I want to thank you, Nick, for being part of this. It was awesome. Awesome. We learned a lot. I learned a lot.
Thank you.
I learned a ton.
Like I said, this was one of the topics I was looking forward to. So I want to thank the audience. Jenny, thank you for getting him as a guest.
Yeah,
of course.
We had a great night. I just want to let everybody know, listen, if you're going to go out there investigating anywhere, you got to be safe because you want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost. You hear me?
Right.
Forget about it. Good night.
Good night,
Ciao,
everybody. See
familia.
you next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, next week.
Hang with us, Nick.
Hey, how you doing?